Hey everyone, Calvin here. Today is January 13th, I believe it's Thursday. I'd like to make some changes to the way that I produce videos that I upload to YouTube, and I think I have uploaded to Instagram as well, but anyway, mainly on YouTube. The reason I'd like to make this change is because I think it's a little bit time consuming for me to make scripts, then film, and then edit. It takes about, by part-time, 2 days to actually produce a video. I want to be more productive. I want to produce more videos. So to do that, I would like to make some changes to the way that I make videos. So I want to make it more spontaneous, and I want to make more comments on things that are happening right now, maybe on some news or some interesting things that I found somewhere, maybe on the internet, maybe on book, and I would like to share with you. The main focus of my YouTube channel is career development and personal growth, professional growth, but occasionally I will, well, probably more than occasional, I'll make short videos, maybe less than 10 minutes, like this one, and I'll share with you. And I think they are interesting. That's why I'd like to share with you. So that's the plan I'd like to announce today. Let's get started. So first thing I'd like to share with you today is that the Quebec government is considering punishing people who are not getting vaccinated, probably increasing maybe tax amount for these people. I think this is not a good idea because it is a discrimination against people's medical status, and it's not a good idea. Mandatory vaccination is not a good idea either. I promote vaccination. I think vaccination is the first line of defense against this kind of pandemic. In the future, we probably experience, I don't know how many waves are, but we should be prepared for that. Even it doesn't happen, we should be prepared for that. If we forcefully implement this vaccination across all population, it's not a good idea. This is free world. Canada and United States, these are free world countries, and there should not be any forceful mandatory vaccination. And I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's against the foundation of the countries. I myself would urge people to get vaccinated. I myself got all 3 doses. Recently I got booster, although got some vaccine side effect, get some flu-like symptoms, headache, back pain, muscle pain, etc. But after 1 day or so, it's okay. So I think except for some people who probably are not medically ready for getting vaccinated, maybe they have some immune disorders and they are not vaccinated, they should not be vaccinated. Otherwise, people should really get vaccinated. I'm not a leader or any type of people, but people who are watching my video and people who haven't got vaccinated, I would say you should really get vaccines. Consider your medical conditions. It's really the first line of defense. I think that what the Quebec government should do is that first examine why a lot of people are not getting vaccinated. Is it because of the general understanding or misunderstanding of getting vaccinated, or is it because you have fewer vaccination spots and people are living far away from this spot? In that case, maybe first thing you should do is that first thing the government should do is that open up more vaccination spot, smaller one but wider spread. That's one thing. Another thing you can do is ask people if they want to get vaccinated at home, and if they like. Maybe people are it's cold outside during winter. People are kind of discouraged from traveling from their home to the vaccination spot. So maybe what they can do is they can go to their home and get them vaccinated. I don't think it's a good idea to punish people who are not vaccinated. I know it's a public health threat when majority of the population is not vaccinated, but it's not a good idea to punish people who are not getting vaccinated, because you can punish people for wrongdoing, but for inactions, maybe the government should ask themselves what they can do to improve the vaccination, not by punishing, right? Maybe people are not encouraged to going to the vaccination spot. So yeah, that's 2 suggestions I can think of. The Ontario government is probably not going to follow what the Quebec government is considering, but if they do follow, they don't get my support, right? I think Ford is going to run for another round of re-election. So if he does that, and he probably don't want to get people mad at him, right? So he probably is not going to make it mandatory for everyone to get vaccinated. Just to be clear, I myself got all 3 shots, and I can go out and should be okay, but I'm not doing it. I think first it's winter, second it's still COVID, who knows, maybe my antibody level is not enough to hold against strong infection of Omicron or other versions of the virus. So I don't want to get infected and then asymptomatically transfer it to my family or my friends, right? So stay home, stay safe, get vaccinated when possible. So that's one thing. The second thing is that the Canadian government is trying to get help from internationally trained nurses. I'm not sure internationally trained doctors, but they're definitely asking for help from internationally trained nurses. The reason they're doing this is because the Canadian medical system is really devastated by this pandemic, and a lot of staff, nurses, as well as doctors have been contracted with COVID-19. Some provinces are even considering and even have asked those COVID-19 infected doctors and nurses to go back to work. But the medical resources, including medical human resources, have been, still got hit. And patients in the hospital, including those patients in the ICU, are really, really increasing due to this latest wave of pandemic. And the doctors and nurses are really having a hard time to dealing with those severe patients. We as outsiders, we probably can feel how stressful it is, but they are feeling stressed and they're feeling drained and really tired. They want some break. They don't have enough hands to help. That's why they're doing that. Maybe this is a reflection, or this is an indication of our lack of resiliency as a country. This is sudden event. It doesn't occur every year. However, we as a country should be prepared to handle this kind of sudden event. And if we have more medical doctors and medical nurses have trained, we wouldn't be in that situation, right? Because my channel is focused on personal growth, professional growth, education. I'm always interested in education. I think the education has to be a little bit upgraded to meet the market demand. For example, in this case, it's a market demand for nurses and doctors. What we can do in the future is that this is just one incident, right? In the future, who knows, maybe there will be some war that require a lot of expertise of medicine. Maybe there will be more demand for IT and require more people to work in software. Maybe there will be more demand in hardware, maybe gun production if there's a war, right? So sudden event like this really reveals how resilient we are as a country. I think we should be prepared. If individuals are not really resilient, then the country is not really resilient either. One way to handle this, I think I can think of, is that to train, require people, I would say maybe like promote, or at least most people should be getting at least 2 majors. Most people should be majored in 2 categories. For example, if one in this case is majored in nurse and IT, in this case he or she can help, right? For example, if I was trained both in biology and computer science, then I don't need to worry about if I can get a job in biology field. I can go to get a job in IT field, right? These days it's much easier to get a job in IT. This kind of double major training education in university or high school would make individuals more flexible and resilient to not only just their own career changes and market demand changes, but also make the country very resilient to global changes, hazardous or other kind of natural disasters, right? For example, BC flood has been a big thing, and it's still going on. The rains are still pouring. And, if more people have been trained for saving people, then they would be able to help. Maybe we would have saved a lot more people, and we would have saved a lot more properties by that way, right? So I think maybe this is a good way to increase the resiliency of country, of the individuals. That's the second thing I'd like to talk about today. So as you can see, my videos in the future, some of them are probably is going to be like this, with several smaller topics combined into one video, because individual of them are not enough to be a one video separately. So I'd like to make it as a combined video and more frequently uploaded. But it doesn't mean that we'll stop talking about other bigger topics as a single topic in one video like we have been doing. So these ones, I'd like to call them Doctor Shorts, because it's supposed to be shorter than the other ones. The other ones are often more than 10 minutes, and this one I'm guessing most likely going to be less than 10 minutes, but more frequently uploaded. I hope you'll like it, and stay tuned. If you like my channel, if you like my topic, please don't forget to click the like button below, and also smash that subscribe button if you haven't. And thank you very much. As always, I'll see you next time.